Big things are in store for Alfa Romeo in Australia next year because it's launching this, the Tonale SUV. Let's check it out. So the Tonale launches in early 2023 and it's actually named after a mountain pass, which is kind of in line with the Stelvio, another mountain pass. So what do we know about this car? Well, at the moment, details need to be firmed up for the Australian market, but we think it's going to be priced from around $55,000 when it arrives in the Q1 of 2023. Now, I've promised myself I'm not going to say this is the car that's going to save Alfa Romeo. I'm not going to mention make or break. But it kind of is, because this is the car that they hope will sell volumes of around 45 to 90,000 a year. Last year, Alfa Romeo sold around 60,000 cars in total globally. So let's just move on. So in Australia, this will be launched with two powertrains. It's going to be launched with a 1.5 litre mild hybrid and a 1.3 litre plug-in hybrid version. Now this is the mild hybrid and this is the car we've been driving today. So what can we tell you about this? Well, it blends a 119 kilowatt 1.5 litre turbo 4-cylinder that produces around 240 newton meters of torque. Now that shuffles its power only to the front wheels. There will be an all-wheel drive version, but it will be the plug-in hybrid, which is kind of weird because Australia isn't traditionally a big hybrid or plug-in hybrid market, but that will change with the Tonale. So the Tonale's 1.5 litre turbo mild hybrid engine is combined with a 7-speed dual clutch unit that also has neatly an electric motor mounted at the back of the transmission. Now that electric motor alone produces around 15 kilowatts and 135 newton meters of torque, and provides a pure electric range in town. It's not massive because the battery capacity is only 1.5 kilowatts per hour, but Alfa Romeo claims it usefully improves efficiency and slashes fuel use. But it's still not massively quick. This is a car that hits 100 kilometers per hour in around 8.8 seconds, so it's not going to set any records away from the lights, but we do think there will be a performance version coming, and that will probably be based on the plug-in hybrid version that produces 202 kilowatts, we think, or 205 kilowatts. So the fast ones are going to be plug-in. But I think it's important we talk about, well, the biggest success of the new Tonale is we kind of think it looks great. It looks stylish in a way that a lot of its segment rivals just don't. Now, this car is built to rival things like the Volvo XC40, the Audi Q3 and the BMW X1. Now we think it's going to be priced from around $55,000, but most versions will be dead in line with its German rivals. But yeah, it's inspired by the 29 Tonale concept, and in the flesh it looks really, really neat. It's dominated by these 3 LED ringed headlamps at the front, and at the back of it sort of replicates the same design feel. But yeah, it looks kind of cool. It does the job. Now, when it was being developed, Alfa Romeo's new boss, who used to work for Peugeot, says quality, 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 and throw in another quality, has been an obsession with this car's development. And I think you can really find some of the huge improvements over things like the Giulia and Stelvio inside. Now, let's be honest, traditionally the interior or cabin of cars like the Giulia or Stelvio, well, it's been the weakest part of the car, but you know what? The Tonale really does raise the game for Alfa Romeo. I mean, there's nothing really in here, maybe the mismatched materials, that would stop you from buying it over its German opposition, and that is a huge compliment. It's also got plenty of tech. It's got a usual 12.3-inch digital instrument cluster, and it's got this large 10.25 infotainment system that has both Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and has things like Amazon Alexa. It's a huge leap forward for the brand, and yeah, we've come away quite impressed. Now, all versions we've driven comes with a 7-speed dual clutch gearbox, and Alfa Romeo has said they've made huge inroads again into the way it drives against its rivals. But you know what? You're going to have to read the review to find out. And in the back of the car, again, it feels, well, a thoroughly well-developed car. There's plenty of legroom, headroom. Okay, I'm not the tallest guy, but I'm quite comfortable back here. There's a pair of vents, a USB and a USB-C, and there's even a decent-sized boot. So visit carsales.com.au to find out if you really would choose a Tonale over its German opposition.